Ascending Mage 6, Hold the Line, a modern fantasy thriller by Frank and Ray Lee Hurt, narrated by A.V. Caris. Chapter 1. Please be seated. She was an adult human, reduced to the size of a mason jar. Flanking her on one side was a polished silver and blue motorcycle helmet, its colors resembling those of the urn. On the other side was an enlarged photograph of the deceased, smiling brightly in a leather jacket as she leaned against a 2005 Harley Softail Deluxe, painted an exact match to the writer's helmet. It was the sort of photo taken on a whim by a friend, unplanned and unposed, forever capturing a snapshot of the subject's personality. Her espresso-colored eyes were framed by dark, curly locks. The corner of her lips quirked as though ready to burst forth with laughter if the photographer hesitated just a second longer. The bishop granted special dispensation to the family, allowing them to cremate their loved one before the funeral mass and rites of burial. With so much of Minot still waterlogged by the receding Surus River, the usual rules and order were suspended as the community grappled with the biggest crisis it had yet experienced. It was a simple act of compassion for a woman loved by so many. The pews of St. Leo the Great were filled by friends and family, and steel folding chairs had to be set up in the back of the church to accommodate. At least half of Minot's police force and volunteer firefighters were in attendance, showing their support for the deceased's fiancée. Detective Cooper Severson sat up front with those who would have been his in-laws just 2 days from today, had things turned out differently. Ember sat farther back, though she was close enough to the altar to accidentally glance at the portrait next to the urn. 13 months ago, Ember was newly arrived in Minot. Cooper had been the first local to befriend her. Josette Hansen had been the second. As the manager of the Magic City spa where Ember worked, at least officially, as a massage therapist, Josette had been protective of her. She ensured Ember's new apartment was to her liking and cheerfully showed her around town. Josette was a true friend. And then I killed her. Ember bit her lower lip and suppressed the sob forming in her throat. Elric squeezed her hand, which only made the emotions harder to hold back. She avoided looking at him then, just as the others who knew what really happened avoided looking at her. "There are casualties in every war," Wallace had said as gently as he could. "You gave her a chance to make it right, or to at least get away." "But she was my friend," Ember had said. "Did you ever do anything like this when you were alive?" Wallace Livingston hadn't answered immediately. The ghost stroked.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?